everyone, my name's Alicia. I just finished my first day of fasting. It was pretty rough. I can definitely say I got irritable. I didn't feel so great. I got a headache, but that's to be expected during your first day. Your body's adjusting to all the sugar that you had in your body or the carbs. Maybe you are used to eating a certain amount of time in a certain way, and emotionally I think a lot of us eat too to deal with maybe anxiety or frustration. I know for me, I do a lot of eating when I'm anxious or depressed. So in response to the eating habits that we have and the way we deal with our emotions, typically this will create even not just a physical reaction to the lack of not having the food, but also a mental and emotional reaction. So I know for me, it is really rough the first, about 4 days. I really struggle, and I can be pretty irritable. So after that, it's usually pretty good on smooth sailing and everything. So last night, as I was going to sleep, I was definitely struggling with some palpitations and some issues with my heart, which is pretty typical for me. And I think that when I do fast, my postural orthostatic tachycardia is a lot more prominent. So that is another reason why I encourage watching your electrolytes. So I made sure that I had all my proper electrolytes, and sometimes it's just waiting it out and waiting for my heart to calm down. So I know that yesterday when I made my video, I forgot to post pictures of it before, kind of where I was at, to give you an idea, so that way you can see after how it's affected my body. Like I said, I'm 140 pounds, I'm 5'3". I'm actually on the higher side for someone who is 5'3", although I don't look it. I'm actually super dense. I tend to have more muscle than that, and it distributes better. I don't know. But either way, I have a good amount that I am good for 12 days. So this is what I look like today. All right, and then on the 12th day, I'll post a video showing what the results are and how that's affected my body. I don't expect there to be a drastic change. I've done it before. I did lose weight, however, it wasn't anything crazy. So everybody's different. I know there's people that have fasted and they actually didn't really lose anything. And so everybody's different. I know for me, I typically drop a pound a day. I'm already down from 140.4 down to 139. So that was about a pound and a half of, but that's water weight at that point, usually the first couple days, like I explained before. So that's to be expected. And I would say about probably tomorrow, it's going to be more, tomorrow evening, it's going to be more fat loss from there on out. So, and I'll be checking measurements with the tape and stuff to see what actual fat is being lost. And so yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna show you what I make for my drink, what I drink throughout the day instead of eating, and how that helps me. I'll kind of explain which each supplement does and why I put it in my water bottle. So thanks for joining me. Okay, so we're here down in my kitchen and I'm gonna show you what I put in my water bottle, what I drink during the day when I'm fasting and also when I'm not fasting. This has been a huge catalyst in improving my health, and I really am a firm believer that things like kombucha and any fermented items and drinks and foods is a really, really good idea. So I make my own kombucha. I usually take fruits and vegetables, so it'll be like oranges, apples, grapefruit, lemon, lime, trying to think what else. And then with the vegetables, I typically will do carrots, cucumber, beets, celery, and I know I throw ginger and turmeric in there, and I'm sure I'm missing something, but I put all that in there. I let it, after I've already made a batch of kombucha, then I do half and half of that plus my juice, and then I ferment it for about 7 days or so. Since it's about half and half, it'll take a little bit longer to ferment. So if it's not good, then I just let it sit a little bit longer. So this is what it looks like. And you see at the bottom a lot of, I would call it the fiber and whatever else is kind of settled to the bottom. So I just shake it up. And sometimes I have a hard time getting it open, and it'll release a little bit of carbonation there. And so I have my water bottle about filled up to here with water, and then I do the rest juice. So I'm not really doing a whole lot during fasting. It's just enough to help my vitamins and minerals and electrolytes. So I put that in there, and then I will have several supplements here that I put in it, which have various purposes for helping me with my conditions. So I'll try to read them off and tell you why I put them in there. So one is Malic Acid. People use Malic Acid for pain, mineral absorption. You can it helps with kidney stones. It helps fuel the Krebs cycle, which creates energy through ATP, and it also helps heart health. So those are all really good. Here I have milk thistle, and milk thistle protects the liver. It helps with skin health, and I think a lot of that is because it helps detox as well. It helps your bones, limits the spread of cancer, they found. So really good stuff there. It's one of the top ones that I recommend for detoxing. There's some other really good ones, but it helps support your liver, and that's what you want while you're detoxing. Same with dandelion root. And this also supports your liver in the detoxing. And we have curcumin here, and that helps with your heart, with inflammation, and it helps antioxidants. And I would say if you're going to use it, I would get curcumin, not turmeric, and then I would put black pepper in with it to help it absorb, because it's not as available as you think, and a lot of people spend a lot of money on it thinking that they're getting the benefits, and they're not. So I just take black pepper, essential oil, I do 1 drop in there. Can't really taste it. And then here we have magnesium, which is anti-inflammatory. It helps with insulin resistance. Oops. With your bones and your heart health. Helps with electrolytes as well. I have L-arginine, HCl here, which helps nitric oxide production. Since I have heart conditions and whatnot, it's super helpful for me to get oxygen and things like that throughout my body. It also helps with repairing wounds and building muscles. I have here NAC, which converts into glutathione. I had done a test, and both me and my son are deficient in glutathione. It's actually children with autism, and one of the common factors they're finding is that they're deficient in glutathione. So it definitely helps the body detox. It's super important and one of the most powerful ones. Be careful with it though, because it can mess with your dopamine levels, which can be good for some people and not good for others. It can help respiratory conditions, so that's why it's recommended for people who have COVID and to help heal from that. And it also helps, interestingly enough, the hospital, they use it for acetaminophen overdose. So, and then we have potassium. I have to take 2,000 milligrams a day of potassium. I do not recommend you doing anything like that unless you know your levels. I will say the recommended daily allowance is 4,000 something like that a day, and hardly anybody gets that. If you track your diet, you're most likely around 900 or below a day. And to give you a good idea, I think you have to eat a whole avocado to meet, I think, a fourth of that. Check my facts though. But I know you have to get quite a few bananas or avocados in the day to get it good. But those are good sources. Then I have here is quercetin. I can't say it. I have a really hard time with these words. It helps with inflammation and allergies. So I actually take this for my allergies that I get during allergy season. I'm allergic to literally every grass and tree. So that's been super helpful. It helps protect your brain and improves exercise. I feel like I'm missing something in here. I know it seems like a lot, but I don't like to spend money on supplements that are already in a bottle. I just find it far more cost effective for me to buy them all in bulk and to buy them in powders. And that way I can, if something's not reacting with me right and it's affecting me in a negative way, or maybe I want to add a little bit more of something, then I can tailor it to what I need exactly. This might not be for everybody, but just showing you what I do, you may want to do something a little bit more simpler. So, and then vitamin D, I'm typically run low, plus in the wintertime, you typically want to supplement. Whoops, just spilled that everywhere. So it helps with bones, immune, brain, nervous system, lung, heart, and insulin resistance. And I think I got all of them. Oh, and then I have here Ashwagandha, which helps with stress. It can lower cortisol. It can help with blood sugar and depression. So that one's a really good one. Be careful, because with some people it can affect your immune system. If you have an overactive immune system, I heard that some people do not take it. I go ahead and take it anyways, even though I do. Hasn't affected me in a negative way. So, and then rhodiola, or however you say that, that helps with brain chemicals. Can affect dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. So I actually take that more for a nootropic, but it definitely helps with stress as well. That's why a lot of people take it. It's an adaptogen. It can help you adapt to stressful situations. And so I take two different kinds. That has 3% sericides, or however you say it, and then 3% rosodins. They both kind of affect you a little bit differently, and it's a really interesting subject you could certainly read up on. So I think that's all it, and then I just take some stevia and I dump it in there because I don't like tasting it. And it's actually really not bad at all. I would just say it's super sour tasting, because I can't even really describe it. It's just, it's not bad. So it's more like, and I'm not a huge fan of kombucha, and I started drinking it because it's healthy. So I would say it's a lot like that, just a little bit more sour. So anyways, I hope that helps you to understand what I do. And I forgot to mention too, a big reason that I'm doing this is because I have surgery at the end of these 13 days. So I'm doing a 12-day fast, take a break on Easter, have some food, and after that I'm gonna have surgery. I had breast implants, and when I had gotten those implants and I kind of knew better, I knew I had issues, and probably not a good idea. My husband said, hey, you shouldn't do this, you've got health issues. I was like, yeah, but I really wanted this forever. You know, I think we all have a really hard time accepting ourselves and loving ourselves for who we are, and I know that's been a big issue with me. So I went ahead and got them a couple years ago, and then immediately I had severe intense pain throughout here. And I was like, something's wrong, this isn't right. And he just said, oh, you just got out of surgery. And I was like, no, something's not right. So anyways, the pain never went away. I had constant severe pain. It felt like a sunburn throughout here, and then there was numbness. I couldn't have it touched or anything like that. So I finally just said, hey, let's get them taken out. Plus I want to prevent me having any further complication down the road. I'm in a couple groups where a lot of girls get very, very sick from them. And a lot of them, they break out in severe rashes all over, sores, their hair's falling out, they age super quick, they just look miserable. So I'm just going to say, if that's something you're thinking about doing, I would suggest looking more into it. At least know both sides to it, you know, the pro side and the negative side, and make a good educated decision from there. I really wish I would have. I did not, because, you know what, I'm stubborn, and I knew I would see things I didn't like. So I got them out, and I did a lot better. There's still a little bit more pain. We're going to go back in and deal with some of the scar tissue and maybe some things that didn't quite aesthetically heal right. So, and I'm hoping that we can get that last little bit of pain that's running through here. And because I'm thinking it could be the scar tissue being attached. It could be another reason why I have chest pain. Who knows? I guess today I'm supposed to find out my results from my MRI. So we'll see if that's all good, and I'll update on that. So yeah, that's another big reason. And through doing this and all the things that I listed in the fasting, this really encourages a state where your body can heal and do so much better. And I did the last time I had surgery, and because when I got my breast surgery, I had 2 other surgeries, and I had necrosis and tissue death, and it just wasn't pretty at all. I had a huge scar. It was just ucky, and so I have a really hard time healing. I mean, I've got this scar on my arm. I'm trying to show you, but I can't twist. It's right there. But anyways, that's been there for like months now, and it was just a little scratch from my I think a fingernail or something dumb. So anyways, I have a really hard time healing, so I have to really focus on getting proper nutrients in. So the last time I did, I healed wonderfully. I came out of surgery just amazing. I didn't get sick, and normally I throw up like crazy. So it was really good. Plus I had a great doctor. So this is what I'm doing. I feel like it's gonna be super good. I'm excited. My life's just gonna keep getting better and better, and doing a long fast like this once a year definitely helps kickstart just a new cycle of well-being. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Have a great day.